Good afternoon from a bustling Soft2Bet stand. I'm joined by David Yatom, General Counsel of Soft2Bet. David, can you just give us a little bit of a reflection on just some of the successes that you had this year?
Yes, 2024 has been amazing. We started off the year by getting a few licenses in very exciting places. We've launched in Romania with our Don Row brand. We've also launched in Ontario with 2Bet. And we've completed our license application for New Jersey. Hopefully by the end of Q1 we will be launching in New Jersey as well, and a few additional licenses that we've got in Mexico, launching with the brand as well there.
A lot of markets hit last year, a lot of success in various markets attaining licenses. Could you just give us a little insight into the process that goes into kind of the compliance process that goes into kind of looking to build into a new demographic and looking to build into a new region and attain a new license?
Yeah, so licensing in Europe generally has been a bit more, let's say, a bit more tighter right now.
Yep.
I'd see a lot of regulators kind of pushing towards increased license fees. So really picking those specific market is becoming a very complex task. We really look into the profitability of the market, understanding if we, as an operator and as a supplier, it's very important, are capable of operating within those territories successfully. We look into the marketing restriction, we look into bonusing, we look into the player value in those territories, and then understand if it's a viable market.
Obviously, a big ice, a massive 2024. How does 2025 look?
Well, I'm very much excited regarding our upcoming launch in New Jersey. I've been working in the US for many years before joining Soft2Bet. I think going back again to this market with our technology is going to be amazing. We want to really bring something new and interesting into the market, something innovative, something that will change the environment of gameplay within the US, and hopefully will actually elevate us to other territories in the US as we go along. We're obviously looking at South America as well and other territories, but again, the focus right now is New Jersey, and then we'll see where we take off from there.
Nice, and I want to bring you back to Europe as well. You mentioned the kind of tightening regulatory frameworks in Europe. How challenging is it for you guys? Because obviously, you want to be engaging, you want to create the best player experiences. How challenging is it to balance that with a compliant approach and ensuring that you kind of reach all compliance frameworks?
So we have a lot of discussions with regulators. We really look into each market that we go into very carefully, understanding what sort of changes that we need to make to our platform in order to operate in those territories. Luckily for us, our platform is very adjustable. So we find it easy when it comes to penetrating those markets. The most important thing is understanding how would be the relationship with the regulator, what would be the marketing approach, and what interesting partners will be interested in acquiring our technology in that market, because it's also very important for us.
That collaboration, that really is key between regulators and the industry. And you mentioned Yatom. As we kind of move forward and the Brazilian market matures and evolves, do you think that's going to be a really important part that regulators kind of collaborate with the industry?
I do. I think Brazil right now and South America has some issues. They need to resolve some of the regulatory conflicts right now that's taking place in the market. But we have our B2B team is actually targeting that market right now, looking to find some interesting potential collaborations if we decide to penetrate that market.
Yep.
So it's very crucial for us, and I think that is indeed one of the most interesting territories to look into. We haven't engaged with the discussion yet with the regulator, obviously because of the complexity right now of the market, but we fully plan to do so, and we're keeping an eye on this market because we do believe it's a very interesting one.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. And something else I wanted to ask you actually about when you're identifying a new market and you're kind of putting out the blueprint and the war plan for entering the new market. Do you have to look at the political landscape a little bit? Obviously, we see political changes in the UK, and my market in the UK has gone through a political change, and it's caused a little bit of disruption. You don't know what's going to happen. Do you have to kind of look at the wider political market when you enter a market?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's one of the most interesting discussions that we have with the regulator, because when you look at the political landscape, it's not always the regulator that you need to look into. So the regulator has a certain perspective. Actually, in some cases, matches the ones that of the operator.
Yeah.
They understand the requirement of the market. They understand what is required in order to make successful operators operate within this market. And sometimes it takes a joint effort to try to convince the political side of the of things why this is good for the state. Now, gambling is not necessarily bad, right? It has a bad name to it, but ultimately it's fun. And when you keep it fun and you make sure that the politicians understand that it's fun, then that's what's important, right? It's a good source of revenue. It can support other industries, and I think it's a crucial element that both industry and the regulator explain this to the political powers. But absolutely, the political and geopolitical situation within each territory, is election coming up or changes that are coming into the legislation is something that we really keep a close eye into because it affects our operation and the industry as a whole.
I also wanted to ask you about your turnkey solution. Could you tell me more about that, please?
Yeah, so we've developed our own platform, which we offer as a technology. We actually had the privilege of winning a Best Platform of the Year award. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the achievement of the entire product team and tech teams, which is an amazing achievement. On top of that, we have our Mega solution, which we are very, very proud of. And we actually also have the privilege of winning Best Product of the Year when it comes to our Mega solution. And that's actually, that's what we sell as a turnkey solution. That's what we bring to our clients, and that's what's different. We take our gamification solution and offer it as a package as part of our technology. It's an amazing product that enhances both GGR revenues. It reduces costs. It creates a sort of commitment towards the player, and it's, I think, one of the most innovative products in the industry right now. And it's very interesting to see how we take that product right now, for example, to the US. We want to introduce this technology to US operators. We understand that New Jersey, for example, will be a bedrock to start our own operation there. Hopefully that will take it as an example to other operators as well. They might be interested in that technology. I've had also the privilege of explaining the nature of these technologies to regulators, and they understood that using this gamification feature actually brings players back to what is fun in games, right? It actually is something that supports fun in games as opposed to compulsive gambling or addictive behavior, right? You understand that you play for fun as opposed to try to make a profit, right? And it's really, really interesting and it's amazing. I think it will be an amazing supplement to any operator, anyone working in the industry that would like to utilize it.
Yeah, and when operators are kind of entering new markets, being able to dip into that toolbox, the Soft2Bet toolbox, that's a really massive thing, and it really can boost engagement and market share as they enter new markets, right?
I completely agree. I think that will be both a cost reductive element that they will benefit from, but most importantly, this is something that we've seen proven to increase GGRs and revenues.
Are there any other markets in 2025 that you really believe we should be looking out for that could be really interesting, not just for Soft2Bet, but for the industry in general?
Africa is coming up. It's a sort of a neglected market right now, but a lot of people are now tapping into that market, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that develops. And obviously there's a few territories in Europe that are now regulating. Finland is going to be regulating very soon. Ireland changes we'll see coming up very soon as well. Hopefully they are aligned on a more liberal approach as opposed to a conservative approach. I understand both perspective, but all of this is yet to be seen, and Soft2Bet will be there 100%. To look at all of them.
If you can sum up just how excited you are for 2025 for Soft2Bet.
I think having seen what we've achieved in 2024, I am very thrilled to see what 2025 will bring. We have amazing goals to set. We have met those goals in 2024, and I think 2025 will be even greater.